A very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the evening review. My name is Toivo Jabela. Tonight on the platform we are joined by Matheus Isak. He is the regional chairperson of the National African Student Association, NASA, for Khomas region. And he is here to help us understand the petition that students at Atlantic Training Institute, ATIS it's called, wrote to the management of that institute last week, and we are here to, they are being of course assisted by NASA, and Mr. Isak is here to help us understand the issues underlying that situation. Thank you very much for making time, Matheus. Tell us about this institute. What institute is it? I've never heard of it before, I must be honest.
Atlantic Training Institution. I believe it's a nursing training institution that offer health courses, and we believe that the headquarters they are based in Shakati. Okay. So at this institution, they offer various courses, which includes the auxiliary nursing, which we are here to discuss about the issue of the auxiliary nursing student today. Yeah. And a lot other courses like dental assistance and believe also emergency. Okay. Yeah.
So why is the NASA regional leadership of Khomas handling this matter if it's or do they have a branch in Khomas also, the school itself?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What are the issues?
The issue is that as a student association advocating for students, we had several students approached our research and political science commissioner, that's Franz Dalla, with a case that they have tried to engage the Atlantic management for a while now about them being rejected to refuse to register to enroll into a program offered at the school, which is enrolled nursing, after completing the auxiliary nursing certificate, which was supposed to be a bridging course to do enroll nursing at the institution. So we have over 80 students who were refused to continue to the next level. And so now the student have been trying to engage the school about the matter, but the school has not been bending into the student and listening to them. Instead, the school have been providing the student with a lot of excuses and come next time, we will resolve next time. So that's when the student opted to seek NASA's assistance, and that's why we have to step in for the students.
Okay, so what you are saying in summary is that students enrolled at Atlantic Institute here, and then they did a bridging course. Yeah. Hoping that once you complete it, then you get admitted now to the proper full course. Yes. And the institute is not admitting them further. Yeah. And they are stuck with these certificates that they got, and they can't do much with that certificate. Yes. What is the school's excuse? What are the students being told by the school?
The school is telling students with the reasoning of this new nursing council development that came up that as a student to go forward with enroll nursing should at least have a minimum of 22 points in grade 12, and majority of the students now do not reach the requirement for the nursing council. So, and again, the school has offered to classes to these students in auxiliary nursing, but the students were never offered with a certificate or any official document from the school. So now that's the argument of the student, that they did a course, they paid a lot of money for it, but then in the end they are not allowed to continue with their education forward, and then they were not offered with a document that at least they can use to utilize in the market, job market. And the school argument is also that the course is not accredited by NQA. And
which one?
The auxiliary nursing course.
Okay, sorry. The bridging course is not
accredited by NQA.
Okay.
And also that renders it's not recognized by the nursing council. So the student cannot use it for any professional job or something.
I see.
Yes.
The nursing council, that decision that that announcement that they made that students may only enroll for the full nursing course if they have 22 points. You say 22 points.
Yeah, 22 points.
That is a new announcement before students enrolled for the bridging course, or it has always been like that?
Atlantic had 2 intakes, which we are handling their case now, which was the 2024 August intake and the 2025 March intake. So these students are both affected by the new development of the nursing council. But we believe that the school have been aware of this development because these new policies of the nursing council have been announced late last year, which is 2024. And so we feel like as an association, it was a duty of the institution to inform students at the earlier stage that this is the new development that's coming up. So, and the school have been trying just to give us excuses that this was a rushed decision by the nursing council. So it's also kind of like unfair to the students that they had students that are already sitting, and then the decision was passed. That means it affects also those ones who were already sitting for their classes. So they feel like these students should be excluded from the decision. And the school also have not been, maybe let's say, not too committed to handling the issue, because we've been trying to ask them as an association, what steps did you take to engage the Atlantic, the nursing council? But no communication or feedback have been provided to us.
So I understand. So I understand now the predicament that these students find themselves in. But the nursing council is a regulatory authority, and regulatory authorities, by their very nature, are to be obeyed and adhered to. If the nursing council says students without those qualifications, without those number of points, may not proceed into the full course, I mean, what should the school do in that? Should they defy the council? What must they do?
Yeah, the school cannot do anything if the decision of the nursing council is like that. But then in the petition, the students are also demanding that they should be refunded, because in the end of the day, they did a course, they were not offered any qualification or proof of their studies that they completed a certain course. And even if they were to be offered a certificate from the school, then they cannot use it in the job market because it's not accredited by NQA, so leaving it unrecognized by the nursing council. So you cannot go out there and maybe try to practice with a certificate that's not accredited.
Did students not know, Mr. Isak, that the course was not accredited with NQA, the certificate course? Because also what I know, the little that I know, is that NQA has its rules also. Of course, maybe it's not very much the duty of the students to know all the rules, but I know, for example, that even a person with a diploma that was completed in 6 months, their diploma may not be accredited by NQA. But were they misled at the beginning, at the registration stage for this bridging course? Were they misled that don't worry, just register, we are already clear with NQA? Or did they know all along that? Because a bridging course, I cannot imagine a bridging course being accredited. Because, people go to UNAM, for example. If you exit, if you want to be admitted to a full course at UNAM and you do not have enough points, UNAM also has bridging courses. And bridging courses are not to be used. Whatever you get from the bridging course, whether you are issued with a certificate that says you have completed that bridging course, you can't go to schools and say, oh, can I become a teacher now with a bridging course certificate? So did they know that the bridging course, that bridging courses by their very nature are not accredited with NQA?
So majority of the students, when we engage them, they are saying they were not informed by the management that this course is it's not accredited. So in the end, they were just encouraged to enroll, and the school has been telling the students that they are busy engaging the nursing council, just the same way they are also telling us that they are busy engaging the nursing council, and we should remain hopeful. But now the majority of these students are losing hope, because so far the school is not coming to standing a ground that, okay, we are going to stand on this decision regarding this matter.
Yeah.
And so these students feel like they were betrayed by the school for the school not informing them. So when now NASA took up this case, it's now when they made it clear to some students that this course is not accredited, neither is it recognized by the nursing council. So they are now encouraging students who maybe are interested in switching to other courses to opt for other courses, or those ones who are willing to stay in the course, they should stay in the course knowing that it's not accredited by the NQA. But that communication now came after NASA took up the case.
Wonderful. We go for a very short break and then return with Matheus Isak. Our conversation continues on the evening review with Matheus Isak. Now, my brother, let's talk about this whole thing. You see my difficulty, Mr. Isak, my difficulty, and again, I've declared from the very beginning that I do not, might be out of my own ignorance, I do not know what Atlantic Institute is, because too many colleges now, it's hard to keep up with all of them.
Yeah.
But if a person that is enrolled, you see the bridging course, bridging courses by their very nature. It's like in the olden days when a person, not even olden days, even today, if a person does not do very well in grade 12, and then you enroll with NAMCOL to improve maybe geography, history, and Afrikaans, for argument's sake. So you go to NAMCOL, do those subjects, hoping you'll pass them in order for your tally, your total tally to go up, so that you can get 27 points or whatever to go to NAST or UNAM. It's a bridging course meant only to improve your points to enable you to be admitted in a full course of something. NQA wouldn't be anywhere close to a process like that. What you get at the end after the exams is to say, okay, you have now passed your geography, history, and Afrikaans, and your points, you previously only had 17 points, now you have 27, for argument's sake. So where does accreditation feature in a situation like that?
Yes, I understand your argument, but with this case is that we have other schools, other private institutions offering the same auxiliary nursing, but it has some sort of recognition from the nursing council. Okay. So it has some sort of accreditation or approval from the nursing council, and the same students that are doing the same course that is offered by Atlantic are allowed to do some practicals in the hospitals and clinic. So this case is now different from the Atlantic student. As they were told, you cannot. It's not even to say told, but it's a fact that you cannot practice with it in hospitals if you don't have any recognition from the nursing council. You need that document from the nursing council that permits you to practice in a professional health in the professional health sector.
Yeah, yes. But you're not going to practice with a bridging course certificate. You're not supposed to practice with a bridging certificate. You're supposed to, again, my understanding is that the bridging course is really to bridge, it's a bridge between your current status to where you want to go insofar as your studies are concerned. So you can't, I don't think students even had an option to say you had an option of proceeding to full nursing course, or the other option is to say you exit after the bridging course is done, you walk away with your certificate and go look for a job. You can't look for a job with a bridging certificate.
Yes, and that's how the students were brainwashed, because the school informed the student that, okay, after completion of the auxiliary nursing, you can actually go get a job. A certain number of students can confirm with me that they were taught by a certain lecturer at their school that, okay, once you complete the auxiliary nursing, you can actually get a job. But then the question comes in, do I just wake up one day and then I know I did auxiliary nursing at Atlantic Training Institution? I wake up, I go to maybe a certain clinic, and I say, okay, I did auxiliary nursing at Atlantic and I'm looking for a job. But you don't have any documentation that you did auxiliary nursing. You are not offered with anything in black and white.
Yeah.
So that renders it you cannot do anything with that. Even if the knowledge is there, then you don't have that document that prove actually that yes, you completed a certificate in auxiliary nursing. So you are not offered with anything from the school, and you spent just the money. The school just told you, okay, you guys can actually get a job. And in some cases where we are hearing, even they were told, no, you can work in old age homes, which is, yes, the auxiliary nurses, that's their duty to work in old age home, but you cannot just wake up and then go to an old age home when you don't have a document that confirm that, yes, you did a course.
But they are getting most a paper at the end of the course.
They were not. So some students completed. The students in question here is those ones that are already completed, that were ready to continue to enroll nursing. But they were not offered with any document from the school.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a complicated case, and I sympathize with the affected students. My difficulty is that the nursing council, their new requirement is what threw everybody off balance, because there was a trajectory, there was a path, there was a march towards something, and then you get told it's like you are at NAMCOL. You take 2 subjects only because you knew if I get A and A, I can just add those 17, I think 7.7 points, if those things are still the same. But in the meantime, you were targeting admission at NAST.
Yeah.
Because NAST, let's say what is the admission points?
25 points.
25.
Yeah.
And then in November, as you were writing exams, NAST announces that our admission points are now 27. And then you pass your subjects at NAMCOL, but because the announcement came late, you could no longer make up the points that are needed for admission. So if you knew at the beginning, maybe you would have said, maybe instead of only taking 2 subjects, I should have taken 3. So if that happens, are you going to NAMCOL and say, oh, you guys, NAST that I was targeting is now charging more points, and therefore you must refund me because they made that decision?
Because you made that decision.
Yeah. So my difficulty is I think, what solution are you looking for? I see what some people, like you said, some people are saying, look, refund us. I don't think that aspect is fair, because the decision by the nursing council was not taken by this school. If you're saying you were part of the decision, and therefore you owe us the money, they are just subjected to the regulations that are the new regulations. But enough with going on. What are the solutions that you are proposing as NASA to this situation?
The solution is there. Like if you look, take a good look at our petition, is a refund. Yeah. These students are requesting for a refund in terms that they were not issued with any document from the school.
Yeah.
So if at least they were issued with a document from the school as proof that, okay, I completed auxiliary nursing, and then they will remain hopeful at least to say, okay, I have my certificate, I can now go to NAMCOL at least to improve my points, and then next year maybe I can try my luck again if I reach those 22 points. But now there's no document from the school. And then again, the school knew this about the new development. They informed that they were told on the 31st of January and that time NAMCOL was still open to taking in the students. In our first engagement with the school, we gave them a provision that, okay, you guys, you announced this late. Only if you told the students earlier that, okay, this is a new development, even if these students were to be allowed to go forward in that new development in the nursing council policy, it states that every nursing school can only take 50 students. That means even if they have to find a way to enroll these students, then only 52 students will be taken. And the school have been aware of this new development ever since January. And that they did not make a communication to the students until it was late March when the student came to us. And that time, NAMCOL applications have already closed. And these students were arguing that only if we were told earlier, we could have registered for NAMCOL and then continue with our auxiliary nursing certificate while we are improving our grades. So comes next year when I have to cross over to EN, I have enough points to qualify for EN. And those ones for the August intake, their argument is that they completed the course, they are not offered with any document. So, and then now the communication comes in late, you can no longer go to NAMCOL and register. So they just demand their refunds, because for them they feel like they have been betrayed by Atlantic, and they don't even feel like, okay, maybe let me try another course, because they've already lost trust in the institution.
Yeah.
So NASA gave the institution a stand that, okay, if there is any student who is willing to transfer to another course, then the institution allow these students to transfer to these courses. But then the argument is now coming in here when you are questioning about how fair is it for them to refund the student. So now Atlantic is saying that if there is any student interested in transferring from auxiliary nursing to do any other course which is accredited by NQA, then they can do so, and then their funds for the auxiliary nursing will be transferred to that course with 100%. So now how is it going to render that fair that some students who wish to transfer to that course can have their 100% money back and to continue with their education, and this one who don't trust the institution anymore will be left with it's a lost battle.
How much money are we talking about here?
Students have paid in excess of 29,000.
For how long was the?
It's I believe it's a year. It's just a 1 year course, and the 29,000 includes other study materials that the students are arguing, like for example stethoscopes, and students were not provided with this material. At some point the students have to spend more than 500 on uniforms that was just used to do practicals for 2 hours. That's the argument. So basically they just spent money for nothing.
You said 9,000 or 29,000?
29,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
So why don't you just the very final question, we've run out of time. Why are students demanding a refund instead of demanding to be given the papers?
There are students, those ones, now the students are aware that even if you have this paper, in the market it's useless.
Yeah, oh, I see.
So there are those students who are actually willing that, okay, we can transfer to other courses. But there are those students now who are saying, no, I already registered myself at another school, so I cannot afford to be paying for 2 schools at the same time. Yeah. And most of these students, they are self-funded students. These are also people who are having their side hustle somewhere there. And so running two courses, or maybe you are having a job and then you are also trying to focus on school, it's a lot of pressure to students. That's why they demand their refund, at least to settle their balance at the institution where they transfer to. So because it's not going to be fair if now Atlantic is going to allow some students change courses with 100% transfer of their balance, and then those ones who say, no, I don't want to continue with Atlantic anymore, I don't trust the institution anymore,
I want my money back.
Yes. So it's not going to be fair. So if you look at it, then you are going to say somehow Atlantic is trying to be greedy. They don't want to lose the money. Yeah. So the condition is that it's either they give the student 100, these students who want refund 100% or 80, at least 80%
of their money.
Just a percentage of the money that they spent on the school, just to compensate for their time wasted. Because it was the duty of the school to communicate to the student as early as possible. Let me say, even before the student enroll in a course, at least educate the student that this is the condition of the course we are hoping to enroll in.
Yeah.
But now the school did not make it clear to the student on the onset that this is the case with the course.
I understand. Mr. Isak, thank you very much for making time. I was pushing you because I needed to just get to get the gist of the whole scenario. It's not because I don't believe that you are fighting a good cause. I think it's a very good cause that you're fighting, and I hope you find an amicable solution between yourself and the school and maybe the nursing council. Thank you for coming through.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Wonderful. That is Matheus Isak from NASA. He's the regional chairperson for NASA in Khomas region, reflecting on that situation, a very sad situation at the school, Atlantic what?
A training institution.
A training institution. Thank you for watching.